Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and today we're going to be doing another episode of the history and evolution of Universe Sandbox. So today we are starting off with update 18, or actually 18.2 as that's the only version of 18 I can access. So now, from the previous one we were in roughly, I think it was October or November 2015. Was with update 17, but now with this update, January the 21st 2016, well, this update actually released, the original update of 18 released at the end of 2015. So now we have entered the 2016 era of Universe Sandbox now with update 18.2 here, and this was actually the update. I actually remember when this came out, so I was definitely playing the game before 2016 as far as I can remember. I can't remember the day I got it, but yeah, I definitely remember when this update came out, and yeah, I was very, very hyped for it with the Planet 9. So without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and see how the game has changed again in this update. Again, we'll run all the similar tests and stuff, see how we are doing. But if we look in the menu now, I believe, oh no, they haven't added the Planet 9 here yet, because remember, the Planet 9 in the current game, you can access it here. So that hasn't actually been added in yet. Let's actually see. Well, it runs. I forgot how fast this system runs. Especially, what we'll do first is we'll go with the good old performance test, and we're going to see if anything has changed, and we're going to see just how the game performs compared to the previous version. Because this update 18, was supposedly a performance update, and the main thing with it was performance. So we're going to see how that holds up here. So if we remember from the previous episode, I believe we were running around 60 frames a second. I think that's the result we had, so we'll just have to see what we have at this update. So, yeah, honestly, I can't remember what the results were previously, but I know they were something fairly decent, I believe. So, we'll just see how this runs. So, we can see the galaxies are a whole lot more smoother than the previous episodes. So, yeah, this should give us something good, hopefully. So, I think it will finish off with the collision of the moon, the asteroids hitting the moon. So, there's the Saturn and Neptune again. So, okay, let's see what we've got. So, it should be, yeah, the moon. That yellowish background, yeah. Okay, so we can see the collision stuff still looking fairly similar to the previous updates, because again, this update 18, this was generally just a performance update. Looks like the Earth over there has a collision on it, if you saw that carefully. I think it did. I want to say the Earth had a collision mark on it. Okay, 141 frames. Okay, so that's definitely better than what it was, I remember. So that's some seriously good numbers there, I believe. So, okay, there we are. So other than that, I think that's mostly this update covered. I mean, we can also obviously check out the Planet 9, because that was when this was added to the game. So the first update of the appearance of Planet 9 all the way over here. So here it is. And this was actually the update where I got my custom Planet 9 with its cool blue shade. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. Actually, one thing I remember in this update as well, there wasn't any customization yet. Keep an eye on that. There still wasn't any customization at this point in the game, and I definitely started the game around this point. So yeah, this is what it was like back in the day. And actually, as far as I know, I remember when I was trying to get different colored planets, you literally had to keep spawning in random rocky planets until you got one in a good-looking color. So you could literally just keep going for ages until you got the colour you wanted. But obviously there was only so many colours they could spawn in. So if you wanted to have an Earth-like world, you would have to spawn in an object like this. So with more of a greenish colour, and also you would spec it out with water. So let's just add a bit of water to it. If we just put it to 20 degrees. I mean, this was practically the way you had to make Earth-like worlds at one point. The only way you could do it was by doing this. And the best sort of looking at Earth-like worlds you could get was stuff like this. So you could only get that sort of faint sort of green shade. And that was the best you could do for Earth-like worlds. You couldn't customise anything. So actually, let's go back to, is it temperature you had? Yeah, the atmosphere used to be on the temperature bar as well, so if we just add that on. That was basically the closest you could get to an Earth-like world back in the day. You couldn't really get much better than that, because you couldn't customise the surface colours and stuff. And also, if you wanted more of a desert-like world, you go with something like this. Or a more volcanic world, maybe something like that. Like, it just wasn't possible to get customization at this point. So there we are, and occasionally they spawned with different updates, or not different updates, different colours with the atmospheres. So blue was obviously the most common, but if you were lucky, you sometimes got a slightly different shade. So you can see this shade is more of a bluey shade, this one's more of a turquoisey shade. So there was a few different atmosphere colours, but if you spawned in enough objects, there was a way to get yellows, oranges and red atmospheres as well. So let's just see if we can, let's just try and spawn in just loads and loads and see if we can get one of those rare spawns that used to feature the different coloured atmospheres. So let's just see if we get lucky. because I know they were possible because I used to have templates of them all. So let's see, is there any there's a more purpley one there. There's another green one. So you can see there's 3 different colours there that you could get spawning in. But there was reds, oranges and yellows, which were very, very hard to obtain. But they were possible in this version of the game, because I remember doing it. So there's an orange one, so there's a rare colour. So and then we've got another orange one, so there's some more rare ones. Well, that's more of a yellow one. So we've got a yellow and an orange, and there should be a red colour. See if we can spawn in a red one. But you see, they're way rarer than the blue ones. So let's see, can we get anything? Come on, give us a red one. See if we can get like all the colours. Oh, there's one there. I think that was one. This one here. Yeah, there you go. There's the red. That was the closest to sort of red you could get. And then obviously we have the orange and yellow one here. So there you are. There's a rough indicator. So you can get you could get other colours, but obviously they were a lot rarer. I think what we need to do is before we move on to the next update, we've got to press play. Just watch them. Ooh, just smash into each other there. There you go. Runs very smoothly indeed. I mean, look how well that runs. That's great stuff indeed. So there we are, guys. That mostly covers everything for update 18 as far as I know, because again it was just a performance update. So without further ado, we're going to move on to update 19 now. Okay everyone, so welcome to update 19 now of the game, and this was the tidal forces update, or I believe it was the disintegration update. And we've taken a massive jump from the previous update at the start of 2016. Now we are in November 2016. So that now brings us to the point in time where I had actually started making videos on Universe Sandbox. So this would have been the first version I used to create videos in this game. So really cool stuff. And yeah, I was reading through all the logs. All the way between sort of March and August 2016, this update was still in its like testing phase. And I believe the VR version of the game was starting to release at that point as well. So we can start to see more stuff happening over time. The VR version of the game, I'd love to try that one day, but I don't have a headset, unfortunately. And obviously just, yeah, lots and lots of time between updates in 2016. So yeah, now we're in update 19. So yeah, this was the tidal forces and supernova and stuff. But one thing as well, the background. The old background has been removed. So we can see the old background from the previous update, in update 18, that's now gone. So now we are with the background we know and love today, with the Milky Way there. So pretty cool fact there. So what should we do first? So first of all, again, we're going to do, not the tutorials, I want to do the good old performance test. So let's see if we can top 141 frames a second. Let's see if we can get any higher than that. So let's have a look. Oh, some of the objects look a little weird there. But yeah, let's see how that does that. So while that's playing out, I'll continue to just read some of the notes. So yeah, this was the tidal forces now tear apart planets. Planets are now vaporized by high temperatures and supernova. That's cool. Improved performance, appearance, and user control. So I wonder if the customization was in this update. I cannot remember. Also labels, new object models. This is why they added the pyramid, the police box, new horizons, the third stage of Saturn V, and there was 2 new music added in this track as well, added in this version. So that's pretty cool. Oh right, excellent. Right. So let's just let the rest of this play out. So we still have the Saturn and Neptune. So yeah, next up we should have the Moon when it finishes off. So first thing I want to try is, obviously after we get the performance numbers, I want to try the customization. I want to see if this was the update where you could start to customize surfaces, or I don't know if that came in 2017, not 2016. One thing we can notice here though is the simulation with the Moon being bombarded. The background is not yellow anymore. It's now just a normal generic stars background, so that's pretty interesting. 113 frames a second. Okay, so between update 18 and 19, we've lost about 30 odd frames because we were 141 last time. So yeah, we've actually lost some frames there, so that's interesting. But yeah, moving on. So new update, or new simulation, sorry. Right, random Rockies. Just want to spawn a bunch of these guys in. Okay, right. Can you customize yet? Let's have a look. Yes, you can. Okay, so update 19. This was the update where you could actually start to customize. So you used to be able to just pick from the color wheel here, which is pretty cool. So that's where you could begin. This was the first stage of customization they added into the game, was the surfaces of rocky planets. So this was the only thing you could do. There wasn't anything else. You couldn't do atmospheres yet at all. That came way later. Materials, we can see that organics has also been removed between updates, because we saw it was in the previous update. We saw it was in update 18, so we can now see that, yeah, by the end of 2016, Organics had also been removed, like carbon dioxide, way before. So that's two elements that have unfortunately disappeared over time. We can see it, the shadows in this version look very mysterious, especially on this object. That's really weird. But yeah, there you are. So now, obviously, in this update, you could create way nicer looking sort of colonized worlds. Let's just put this guy to say 40 degrees. I'll let it warm up. Can we put it to 40? Come on. Is that going to... let's see, does it let us? I mean, I'm not going to spend all day doing this, but... Okay, there we are. Okay, so let's just add a bit of water to it. Lower it down. So this is where you could start to create, obviously, as you can see, more sort of green, friendly looking sort of worlds. This was the first update. You could really get to customization. You could do anything you want, any colours you want. Like you know, you guys know the drill because you have it all in the modern version of the game. So yeah, so you could just create anything you wanted, but you still couldn't do the atmosphere. The surface was the only thing you could do. So yeah, pretty cool stuff there. Moving on. We'll also try out the Roosh limit, as this was the update where Roosh limit began. So we're going to put Jupiter in here. Obviously a good example to use here. Okay, yeah, so just quickly spawn that. And then I don't want to find body now. I want to do, let's put a, what should we tear apart? Let's try maybe an Earth. Going to put it stupidly close to Jupiter, and we're going to see Roosh limit hopefully shred it. So as you can see, Earth is being disintegrated, all of its parts are just crashing into, and it's, not looking good. Oh dear. So we'll throw a few Earths in, throw a Mars as well, just let everything just get torn to shreds. All of the inner planets, obviously no chance of survival. And we can see some of them are getting hot, vaporizing, but just being shredded up by Jupiter's gravity. One of them actually got a little larger. How the hell did that happen? It got some hydrogen picked up somehow. That's weird. Must have scraped some off the planet itself, but pretty bizarre. But as we can see, Jupiter makes short work of them. So this was the first update with Roosh limit added, which is pretty cool. If we try a larger object like Uranus, I think it should shred Uranus, shouldn't it? I mean, after a while. I want to say, is it shredding? Yeah, it's definitely shredding Uranus. You can see, oh, it's just been completely disintegrated there. Oh my god, Jupiter makes short work of that. Oh man, that's pretty crazy. What if we try a Saturn? I mean, I think Saturn's just too big, but let's give it a shot. I mean, can Jupiter Roosh limit tear Saturn up? I think they'll just collide. Yeah, they're both large enough to just end up in a collision, so that's pretty cool. Looks like one of the Marses picked up a bit of the hydrogen, but yeah, there you are. So you can see Roosh limit added to the game in this version as well. And also one more thing that was featured in this update was the, if we go here, the explode button. If you guys remember the old explode button, so it's obviously in powers, explode. So they revamped this tool in this update as well, so it did that. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, the object just sort of puffed up and just popped. That was cool. So let's do it with Saturn, for instance, as well. We'll slow it down a little more just so we can get a better look at it. So power, explode, you press it, it just sort of gets large and all of its layers just sort of rip apart, which is really cool. I really enjoyed that. I think that was a really cool sort of effect there. So yeah, you could just destroy planets like that. But also one more thing as well, the supernova in this update. Also, if you blew a star up, that creates a nova. And also the novas would disintegrate planets. This was the update where they would actually start to do that. So if we just let it play, we can see it. Mercury, absolutely no chance. Venus, probably not any chance. They're just losing mass. Mercury, yeah, I mean, there's just no chance. They're just gone. So we can see it. Probably all of the inner objects, absolutely no chance. Jupiter usually survives these. Does lose a bit of mass itself, but yeah, Jupiter, Uranus and Neptune tended to not survive all the time. So let's just see how this plays out. So we can see, there we are. Okay, cool. So we can see Mars actually, or Mercury and Venus, they've been reduced to absolutely nothing at all. Mars, yes, all the they weren't actually destroyed, but they were just completely ruined. So there you are. Jupiter as well. What happened to Jupiter? Don't know what's happened there. What's going on here? Is it just all blacked out? Oh no, Jupiter just got completely scorched. That's weird. Right, that's really bizarre. Yeah, all of the planets. So we can see this version's got a little bit of bugs in it, but yeah, there you are. So there's a rough sort of overview of the update. Obviously, I think this was the point where I was starting to do update reviews as well. So I mean, if you go all the way back in my playlist to Universe Sandbox updates, you'll probably see it when I actually initially reviewed all these, which would be quite a cool view back to the past as well. Maybe I should put all those in one video and just see how the game's evolved from that point of view. Just putting all the update videos together, I think that could be quite cool. But yeah, with that all said and done, guys, we're now going to finish off today's video with update 20. Okay everyone, so now welcome to update 20, or actually update 20.6.3. So we're now in April 19th, 2018 apparently, but I'm just looking at the developer blog here. So update 20, it initially released somewhere around Let's see here. So somewhere around June 2017. So it looks like, if that's all correct, this update, June 2017 all the way to April 2018 was the span of update 20. So this update was around for a long time, and I've probably made over 100 videos with this update. So this was the update. It was a small update, but obviously this is the final version of update 20.6. There was obviously stuff in the previous versions of update 20. So just going over the patch notes here. So this was the new foundation update. So it had rewritten user interface, different code architecture, disintegration, teleportation, and a lot more in the VR version of the game. Oculus Rift support, dozens of small improvements and fixes and stuff like that. So let's just see how the game performs. So if we just open the menu here, let's have a little look. Oh, we can start to see a bit of loading lag. So update 20 introduced the loading lag that we have at the moment. Okay, interesting. Planet 9 is obviously added to the menu now as well. So there we are. Obviously, the menu's looking more similar to the way we know and love today, really. So, yeah, I mean, that is fairly similar to what we have at the moment. This was the update. The Tesla was added as well. Oh, it's one of the old phones going off there. Right, so, yeah, the Tesla Roadster, that was when that was added. So, pretty cool stuff indeed. What we'll do as well is, oh, your Universe Sandbox is 3 years out of date. Oh, man. Right, and what we'll do is, yeah, we'll go with a good old performance test again. We're going to see how what we get. So obviously the first one we had 141, wasn't it? Then we had 120, 119 or whatever it was in the previous update. So let's see what this update gives us. But when it's also started to take screenshots as well. It didn't do that in the previous ones. This version has also turned that gas giant into a red dwarf as well. If you look there, that used to be a red dwarf, a brown dwarf, I should say. Now it's a red dwarf in that simulation. What we got next? Earth and all the moons. Oh man, look how laggy this one is. Oh, ho, ho, ho. So you can see the game starting to struggle a bit more with all of the 500 moons. What we've got next, the Galaxy Collision. I don't think this will be as high as update 18. Yeah, it was update 18. There's no way this is going to be 141, is my guess. Don't know how it will compare to update 19. No, that was about, what was that? Was that 119, wasn't it, or something? 123. So yeah, let's see how this version performs. Oh, and it looks like this simulation now has the Milky Way background instead of the generic black background. We can see the particles are also looking a lot more different as well, which is pretty cool. On the moon, we can see it's getting some water added to it. You can see a bit of frozen ice patches. Oh, it's actually got water on it. Oh my god, what's happening there? Right, so let's see what we get. 125, so we've actually gone up a bit. Gone up by 2 frames a second between update 19 and update 20. It didn't look as quick though, I had to say, so that was weird. But yeah, there you are. So update 29 or update 20. No, we don't need to send. These are this version's out of date. Right. Okay. Cool. Let's see any new simulations that are added to the Tesla Roadster. We can see this is when all these were added in here. Ultimate Engineered Solar System. I think I remember this. What was this about? How many planets can you cram into the habitable zone? Oh, I remember this. This is really cool. So if you speed this up, it had all planets in perfect sort of orbit distances, so they could all run perfectly. Like, this was really, really cool, this was. So if you open the menu up, you could have loads of habitable worlds sitting in the correct sort of area. Just have them all around the sun. This was really cool, I remember this. So, yeah, there we are. Obviously, loads of other stuff crammed here. The TRAPPIST one, if you see here, I believe TRAPPIST 1 was added at some point in update 20 as well. Because this was discovered in, from the solar system. Oh, this okay, so in February 2017, they announced the discovery of the 4 additional exoplanets. I remember when this was added. I made a video on this. So it must have been around February, March 2017 is when this update came out, when it added TRAPPIST to the game. So yeah, I remember this. So you remember TRAPPIST 1 all the way back in 2017 when that was first announced, or the 4 extra planets were first announced. Because remember, it was originally found 2015, but then, yeah, in 2017 they found the additional planets. So yeah, that completed the whole TRAPPIST system, which is really cool. So yeah, remember good old TRAPPIST 1. That was added in this update at some point. The solar eclipse as well. Remember the solar eclipse in 2017? I actually remember the day. I was still at school at that time. I think. No, I wasn't. No, never mind. August 21st, 2017. Close up. So remember this? So this was over the American area, as you can see here. North America, eclipsed by the moon, blocking the sun out. So if we actually land, let's actually land roughly. Let's land somewhere near Florida. Okay, so let's go all the way down here. Look up. Look at the sun. There you go. So that's probably what you would have seen from Florida. So the moon blocking out the sun like that. Really, really cool. So there you go. So parts of 14 different states from Lincoln City, Oregon to Charleston, South Carolina went dark as the moon's shadow passed over them. Oh yeah. So yeah, that was cool. The United States witnessed the first solar eclipse in 38 years. So there you go, 2017. So that was this update. Yeah, update 20 also had an update for this eclipse added as well. Really, really cool stuff indeed there. So obviously it went over the Atlantic Ocean, and then it would have obviously flown out of location again. So there you are, pretty cool little bit there. So yeah, that was added in the game. Cassini collision with Saturn at the end of 2017 as well. So here you are, because remember this version of update 20, this version goes all the way to 2018. So everything that happened in 2017 is involved in this update. So there's Cassini on its final mission, and then it went straight into Saturn there. Oh dear, oh dear. So remember that fateful day. Cassini collision with Saturn on September the 15th, 2017. I feel so long ago now. Wowee. So it's pretty cool that they added that as a little tribute to the probe in this game. So there you are. So that was also in the Saturn system. Oh, that's really cool. So there's the yeah, we did the solar eclipse. Yeah, so yeah, overall a lot of cool things added. Remember the Vsauce video? If anyone saw that, he did the solar system with the black hole instead of the sun video, and then they added a little thing for him in the game as well. That was really cool. So yeah, there you are. Remember this as well. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name of this, but remember this object, which is really, really cool. So remember this guy? It's slung in our solar system, and then it just got slung right out again. It's an interstellar object visitor to our solar system. That was really, really cool. So yeah, that's really cool. So the first known object to ever have left another star system and entered ours. So it entered our system, and then it also got ejected once more. So if we actually just run time. So whereabouts is it in 2021 or 2022? So right now that object is past the orbit of Uranus. So I mean, I know we're in 2022, but yeah, around 2021, it's probably around the Uranus-Neptune sort of distances now. So obviously, if we continue to add time, and obviously as the years pass, we can see that by 2035, it's the distance of Eris, roughly. And obviously, if we can keep going, it's going to pass this Sedna area, and it's just going to keep going out forever and leave our solar system. So pretty insane stuff there. So there you go. So we can see 2060. So where is it in 2100? 2070, 2080. See, by that point, it's just long gone. So 2090. So yeah, very, very long gone by then. But yeah, there you go. So there's a cool little thing there. So that was October the 19th, 2017. Really, really cool stuff indeed. But yeah, there we go. And also, lastly, the good old Tesla Rosa simulations. This was the start of the 2018 era of Universe Sandbox. So this was the old Tesla Roadster added in here as well. So really, really cool stuff indeed there. So there we are, guys. That does it for the history and evolution of Universe Sandbox. I believe this is part 4 of this series now. So yeah, those were updates 18 to 20. So yeah, really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And also let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. And yeah, that all said and done, guys, let's see if we can go for 40 likes on today's video. Subscribe for more. Helps on the journey to 23,000 subscribers now, as we hit 22,000 the other day. So a huge thank you to you all for that. And yeah, guys, make sure you have a great day. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.